Chicago. They could end up sixth. Reggie Miller starts. That deserved a wow, I guess.
Yeah, that was woof.
Reggie, it's a 2, toe on the tape. The bench for LA in the loss to Miami. Reggie for a third field goal tonight. Oh, the moments over the years for Reggie Miller, especially against the Knicks at the '94 NBA playoffs when Reggie hit the big shots and started the conversation with Spike Lee, extending out distance and that memorable moment with Reggie and Spike. And then '95, don't look for our studio colleague Greg Anthony, fouled by Reggie as he was knocked down. Reggie steps back and triples as the Pacers come up with one of the more dramatic moments in the playoffs in that Madison Square Garden. Here on Wednesday night against Utah, 103-84. Reggie goes window.
There have been so many reasons to give up. What he's most pleased with is the group has really come together. Mike.
And here, team in NBA history, Reggie adding to his total here early tonight.
Well, always on the move, always reading the defender, reading the screen, and just way too open. For a great shooter, 2 out of those last 3 out of the 4 shots that we've shown you, he has had no one within 5 feet. Now this one right here by Chucky Atkins, pretty decent defense, but Reggie just big enough to go right up.
Reggie, triple.
Sure. About one of the better teams in the East and one of the better teams in the league.
Reggie again! Not eating buddy, George Karl. Reggie eating him up like the days of old in the first half.
Oh, look how much space he has. He's a good enough shooter when you get a hand in his face. And that was one of the few times they were actually close. Chucky Atkins right on him. But you can't give as good a shooter as Reggie is open looks like this, or he's going to get hot. And then when he does get hot, then he'll start.
In addition to a roster influx at times, Reggie picking up where he... Reggie, catch, shoot, splash!
I believe he has 0 free throw attempts.
You believe correctly.
You're talking about a guy,
And have an MRI when they get back to Los Angeles tomorrow, and they will go for there.
Wow, devastating news, Jim. Meantime, Miller as... Oh, show, good if it goes. No.
They need to find a way to get Reggie Miller the ball here.
Takes it, makes it.
Oh,
Reggie off the screen. Everybody comes to him. Reggie, 3! Timeout, LA! Don't know how many more times you'll get to see it in this great 18-year career. Reggie Miller controls the game again.
Being that you do have a 4-point lead.
Reggie to Anthony Johnson. I got to tell you, Anthony Johnson has really stepped up here in this month. But once he realized, and we talked to him, Tom, this morning. It was nice to visit with Anthony this morning out of the College of Charleston, second-round pick of Sacramento back some 6 years ago.
It helps the confidence when you know if you miss a couple shots, you're not going to get yanked out of the game. And he's a guy, you know, Reggie hit a big shot, but he's hit a couple here in the 4th quarter. When they rotate, double down on Reggie Miller, they want to come out and make sure Steven Jackson doesn't get the shot. This is a big 3 by Reggie there in the corner. But draw, boom, no hesitation whatsoever. Open on the baseline.
Mike, thank you very much. 39 points, Reggie Miller. How have you managed to do this so many times over the years?
Well, like I said, I've been blessed to play with one organization for 18 years. You know, Donnie Walsh and Larry Bird and management have done a great job of always keeping great players surrounded around me. I know we're shorthanded this year without Ron, without Jermaine, without Jamal. Someone has to step up, and I've been here the longest, I guess, by default. So I'm just trying to struggle and get us into the playoffs some kind of way.
Reggie, what's it like for you mentally, knowing you could play at this level, but now you've put a finite period of time left to it?
Well, it's no pressure. I know I can still play in this game for 2 or 3 more years, but this organization and these group of young players that are here are ready to take the next step and the next challenge. And I never want to get in the way of production and improvement. And sometimes I feel I hinder to that. So it's time for me to move on and let these guys really mature and develop as good young talent as they are.
Donnie Walsh said he'd like to try and talk you out of this. Would you be willing?
Nope, won't happen.
What will you do now to ensure and to help this team make it in the playoffs in the final 18 games?
Well, you know, we got to continue to move the basketball. Obviously, Steven Jackson and myself is the scoring load right now, but we got to find one more person. Hopefully when Jamal comes back, he can be that guy.
Reggie, thank you. Congratulations tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, back to you, Mike.
Jim, thank you. Reggie Miller, in career game 1,371, gives us one more treat.